Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. Wait, can you hear that? What is that sound? I think it is the sound of a subscribe button saying click me, click me. In our first story, a choosing beggar needs to top up their electricity meter but doesn't have any money to pay for it. The company does have a solution, but the choosing beggar doesn't like it. Let's jump right in. I work for an energy company and I get a lot of annoying requests. I currently work in the prepayment meter department. This is a summary of a conversation I had with a customer, Choosing Beggar, recently. I need money to top up my electric meter. There's a quarantine and I don't want to risk my life to top up by going to the post office. Okay, no problem. Most of our top-up locations are following strict social distancing rules, but if you don't feel comfortable going outside your home, I can load money onto a new key and send it to you. Either 3-day delivery or next-day delivery, depending how much credit you have left on your meter. How much would you like to top up your meter? Well, I'll obviously need at least £180 to get me through the next few months. Okay, no problem. Have you got your payment details handy? No, I don't have any money at the moment as there was a quarantine on if you didn't notice. Oh, okay, that's fine. We can give you an advance on what you normally top up, which from your account balance is £60 a month, which should give you some time to collect the money for your next top-up together. I can set the debt recovery rate as the £3.70 a week minimum, which will be loaded onto the meter after 3 to 5 top-ups, so you won't have to start paying it back for a few months at least, as you only top up once a month. What on earth do you mean pay it back? Well, it is an advance, so we'll loan you the money to top up, and then you can pay us back just by topping up your meter as normal in a few months' time. Don't worry, we don't charge interest for an advance, there's no hidden fees or anything. No, you're not listening. I don't want to owe you money or pay anything back. That's not how it works. You don't have a heart. I'm just a little old lady. Just send me a free prepaid key with £180 on it by tomorrow. Note, I can see on her account she is 47 years old. I'm afraid I can't give you £180 credit for free. It's got to be set for you to pay it back. Excuse me, my son is a key worker at a supermarket and he needs to have peace of mind while working that his mother is taken care of. I will tell all of my friends on Facebook that you did this for me and it will be really good publicity. You are out of your minds thinking I'm going to pay for my electric at a time like this? I'm really sorry, but I can't give out money without setting a debt recovery rate, and the debt signal to your meter only gets picked up after 3 to 5 top-ups anyway. So you would only be paying it further down the line. If you need financial support, please contact the National Debt Line or the Citizens Advice Bureau to see if there are any energy payment grants available in your area. We've also got an energy efficiency department that can help you to manage your usage. This is absolutely ridiculous and downright cruel that you would ask for me to pay? I want to speak to your manager right now. I'm afraid I can't do that, as my manager will tell you the same thing. We cannot give out free money. We can only provide advances for you to pay back at a later date. Anyway, we're working from home at the moment and our managers don't have it set up for calls to be transferred to them currently. I want to raise an official complaint now. I'm going to take this to the ombudsman. Your treating of paying customers during this difficult time is appalling. But ma'am, you just said you weren't willing to pay. Choosing Beggar slams the phone down. I called my manager afterwards to explain what happened in case it came back to bite me in the butt, and she's requested the recording of the call be sent to her as she needs a good laugh and said she'll back me up if the customer tries to take it further. I realize there's a lot of people going through hardship right now, and I have no desire to make fun of them, unless it's really funny. But I find it amazing just how quickly some people are jumping on the "there's a virus so you owe me" train. In story 2, our OP agrees to help some people, but once he starts, these choosing beggars push things further and further. This happened a few years ago when I worked at a factory in my town. I was 22 years old, 40-hour work week here. Houses were right next to it and a pizza place is right across the street. On break, this kid I've known since the 3rd grade spotted me while walking to the pizza shop. I have to mention that this kid is definitely on heroin. No doubt about it, I know all the signs. He dropped out of high school around sophomore year. This dude asks for a cigarette because he's seen me smoking. I gave him one and that was a huge mistake. For the next 2 weeks, he literally came exactly at the time I go on break to ask me for a cigarette. I'm a nice dude and I know what it's like to be broke while having this cancer habit, so I always gave him one. That's not what the problem is, but I wanted to give some backstory. One day, he and his brother, also a drug addict, asks for a ride to the train station. Since I have a half-hour break and it's only a 3-minute drive, I did it. They start going on and on about them going to see their stepmom in Camden, New Jersey, because they miss her. I'm not an idiot, and I know they are going there for drugs, but I don't say anything. When we get to the station, they ask if I can buy tickets for them. Laugh my butt off. I say nah, I don't have cash. So they then ask if I can go up with them to use my card. They said they don't have money for the tickets. I said no, then they both slammed my doors and were angrily staring at me while I was driving away. Sure enough, the next day he came on my break to apologize to get a cigarette, and I flat out told him no. I know he's not sorry at all, just wants his nicotine fix. He stopped coming around after that. About a week later, I had a crack in my windshield when I came out to leave work. It might be a coincidence, but I doubt it. Gotta love drug addicts. In our final story, our OP buys and restores the computer he used as a kid. Suddenly, Coronapocalypse arrives, and his neighbor's son needs a computer to do his schoolwork with. This seems like a match made in heaven, doesn't it? I recently bought a non-working computer off Gumtree because it was the exact computer I had growing up, and it would bring back memories, and for $15 it was great. I picked it up and spent around $50 on a new hard drive because the old one was busted, new thermal paste, and a new GPU. I've got the computer almost up to date on its drivers, and I was really excited to use it to play old games. My neighbor lost his job due to the pandemic, and his son now needs a computer for his schoolwork. My mom asked me if I was willing to give them the computer that I just bought, and as much as I hated to do it, I agreed, because I already have a really good laptop and a nice computer. Someone was in need of a PC, so I wanted to help them. Last Friday, some restrictions were eased where I live, so now people can invite up to 2 people to their houses, so the kid and his dad came over. His dad was talking to my dad, and the kid came over to my room for the computer, as I still had a few updates to do that were necessary for applications like Google and Microsoft Office to work. They were display drivers and the software for the internet adapter to work, if you wanted to know. And I was going to update it to Windows 7 rather than the XP it was running. I take him to my room and he sets his eyes on my gaming PC and thinks that's the one I'm giving away. He gets really excited and starts thanking me. I correct him and tell him that that's my main PC and then point to the one I'm giving to him. It's an HP Compact from 2008, so it doesn't look the best, and his expression immediately changes. He says, "I'm going to get that?" in an ungrateful manner, but the guy was 12, so I didn't think anything of it. I get him a seat and tell him that I need to finish some updates to make the PC better, and he makes a comment about how ancient the operating system is. I once again ignored it, but he kept saying, "I don't think it can even run Google." At this point, I knew he was disappointed that a free computer he was getting isn't good enough, but I was still willing to give it to him. A good 10 minutes pass, and after silence, he asks me what games can it run. I tell him that it's an old system, so it's probably going to run games from 2005 era at low quality. He completely ignored that and asks if it can run GTA 5. I tell him no, to which he replies with, "Then what the flip is this stuffy thing useful for?" I reply with, "It runs Chrome, Word, PowerPoint, and other software well enough for your school needs, and that's the reason you need it, so it's more than enough for you." He points towards my gaming machine once again and says, "You can do all that need bull on this stuffy computer. Give me that one. You clearly don't need it because all you care about is flipping Word." I decided not to deal with him anymore, so I told him to get out of my room and he'll get the computer I offered once I'm done with it. He slams my door on his way out, and 2 minutes later, my mom's in my room asking me if I yelled at the little brat. I explain to her what happened, and I come downstairs to hear him telling his fake sob story to his dad and my dad. I explain what he really said, but I'm still willing to give him the computer. His dad just says, "Sorry about what he did, and it's okay about the computer. I'll get him one elsewhere." This has been John from Slash Bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.